Poor people should just wear work clothes to parties. Don't bother with a suit. Just come in your construction outfit. I was overwhelmed by such arrogant words. Just because I work in construction, I was looked down upon. Forget it. I shouldn't have even bothered talking to you. I didn't want to ruin the atmosphere at our reunion. Unable to ignore what was said, my best friend suddenly interrupted the conversation. My name is Brandon. I'm an only child with no siblings. Ever since I was young, I've never been one to seek the spotlight. Rather, I've always wanted to support others. My father, Michael, runs a small-scale construction company. Though modest in size, he provided enough so that my mother and I never lacked anything, allowing me to attend college. Construction involves a diverse range of projects closely linked to everyday life, such as railways, ports, airports, roads, tunnels, bridges, dams, and river management. This profession often deals with transportation infrastructure. My father continued this work from my grandfather's time, specializing in bridges and river management. "Brandon, that bridge over there, I built it," he would say, taking me to see the bridges over rivers since I was a child. There are all kinds of bridges. They connect people, building bridges that make life more convenient and bring smiles to people's faces. That's my purpose in life. As I grew older, I began to understand and admire my father's words and his work. Railways, roads, tunnels, none of these can be improved without someone proposing and building them, relieving inconvenience. I wanted to understand people's inconveniences and address them, bringing smiles to their faces. My father's approach to his work was profoundly simple. In college, I studied business and did fairly well. When it came time for job hunting, I told my parents this: "I'm thinking of helping Dad after I graduate. I want to work at Thompson Construction." My parents were shocked and exchanged glances. "Why give up job hunting? Why not try something new?" My mother said. "Our company is in a tough spot, getting fewer jobs in these times. It's been better than expected until now, but the future of a small family business is uncertain," my father added. I expressed my feelings. "I know it's tough. My personality doesn't fit following the same path as everyone else. I feel compelled to help out. In gratitude for all the support I've received, watching Dad work has naturally led me to this decision. Remember, these are tough times." Yet, Thompson Construction, inherited from my late grandfather, is my legacy. As the only son, I feel responsible for its future, good or bad. My parents were moved to tears. After graduating, I joined the family business, Thompson Construction, to assist with construction work. While my friends were busy job hunting, I spent my time in the university library, studying for construction-related qualifications. My university friends had their opinions. Brandon's helping with his family's construction work. If he had properly job hunted, he could have gotten a decent job. Graduating from college to become a construction worker, he took the easy way out by taking over the family business. The easy way out, well, there's some truth to that. While everyone else was working hard at job hunting, I was the only one cooped up in the university library. What others said didn't matter. I had decided my future. For better or worse, it was up to me. Honestly, I didn't care about the rumors of who landed jobs at major corporations or fast-growing companies. Studying before joining the family business was my form of job hunting. After college, I joined the 20-employee Thompson Construction and learned the ropes mainly from my father. On the construction site, in the office, and even at home, there was so much to learn that the only time I could really relax was during lunch breaks. I constantly thought about how to compete with larger and smaller companies, improving monthly sales. But as my father warned, it's a tough world for small family businesses. It's a world of survival of the fittest. I spent a lot of time analyzing when things weren't going as planned. At one point, I asked my father about my doubts. "Dad, our company excels in bridge and river management, but what if we expanded our scope in transportation infrastructure? If we spread ourselves too thin, we'll struggle with manpower. It's the people who make things happen. Expanding too much can incur unnecessary costs, not to mention the technical aspects." "I see. It's complicated, isn't it? To expand our operations, we'd have to open offices beyond our county. We've been a community-focused business, trusted by the locals because of our personal touch." "Right, that's the core of our business." Determined to promote what our company excels at, I hired a design firm to create a website and also started using social media to spread information, becoming a bridge that connects people. After a day's work, I'd return home and study for construction-related qualifications. Earning these qualifications would broaden my ability to build bridges that connect people. That's it, I'll become the bridge. I believed and put in more effort than ever before. Time flew since I started working with my father. 6 years passed in the blink of an eye. One day, I received a letter at home. It was from my high school best friend, David. I wondered what it was about. "The alumni reunion of Cedar Grove High School will be held on the 3rd of May. Please join us." So, it's been 10 years since we graduated from high school. I wonder how everyone from the basketball team is doing. Throughout middle and high school, I was part of the basketball team. I worked hard as a regular player and as the vice captain. David was the captain back then. An invitation to a reunion from such a relationship. David organizing it, that's exciting. Oh, I wonder if the team assistant will be there too. I don't really want to see her, but I'll avoid conversation if she is. The awaited May 3rd arrived. The reunion was a standing party, renting out an entire floor of a hotel. There were 360 alumni and our respected teachers in attendance. Even the principal graced us with their presence. Seeing everyone in suits, dresses, and flawless makeup, I realized how much people can change. Everyone looked so mature. I should have bought a new suit for this day. I'm always in work clothes, rarely in a suit for business. Even though I tried picking out the best suit I had, it was clear that I was the only one looking outdated and unfashionable. "Hey, Brandon, how have you been?" "David, long time no see. Why are you dressed like a hotel manager?" "Heh, I'm the manager of this hotel. Normally, you couldn't rent this room for a party. You're managing the place. That's amazing. This is the Phoenix Room, right? It's as splendid as its name. The participation fee was low, right? I managed that. Thanks for that." David, the popular captain of our high school basketball team, had become the manager of a hotel. Surrounded by women, he was as popular as ever, playing the part well. "Everyone, enjoy the special buffet course we've prepared." The women were excitedly chattering. David always knew how to please and had a knack for understanding women. That's something I couldn't do. I'm envious. "Hey, Brandon, the female team assistant is here." "Really? I didn't really want to see her." "What? Getting shy? Oh, there's our team assistant. Hey, Emily, Brandon's over here. Keep him company." "David, wait a second." I found myself face to face with Emily, the team assistant of our high school basketball team, whom I wasn't too keen on meeting. Since my sophomore year in high school, Emily and I were dating. We attended the same university and even the same department. Our relationship lasted for 6 years until we graduated from college. Emily's mother was the CEO of a well-known domestic apparel company. She was the only daughter of this successful CEO, essentially a business heiress. "Brandon, you're really dressed up today, standing out all by yourself, but in a bad way." Her sarcasm had begun. Starting with a jab at clothing, typical of an apparel CEO's daughter. Her scrutiny is always more intense than most. You're helping out with your dad's business now, right? Yeah, that's right. How are you doing, Emily? You should be more worried about yourself. Emily wasn't so haughty back in high school. She used to be kind and considerate. I fell for her personality and asked her out, but our relationship quickly cooled off during our junior year of college when job hunting began. The chill set in when I told her I was going to help with the family's construction business. Brandon, are you okay with this? I made my choice, so yes. You're going to help with a small, family-run business that might not even survive. Do you realize you'll end up as a construction worker? What's wrong with that? Emily, you're going to help with your family business too, right? The only difference is the scale. I'm thinking about the future. After that, Emily often looked down on me. It became tough to continue the relationship, and considering our futures, I ended things near the end of our senior year. Over 6 years had passed since then, and now here we were, meeting again at the reunion, having had no contact in the meantime. Even by your clothes, it's clear you've had it tough. Really, I thought I managed pretty well with what I had at home. Brandon, you're always so plain. Your everyday life, your clothes, your job. Maybe so. I guess plain suits me. Emily, on the other hand, is quite flashy. Typical of a CEO's daughter. She was the most dazzlingly dressed among the women here today. There was no comeback for her comments on clothing. Being usually in work clothes, are you indifferent to parties like this? I'll try to be more mindful next time. Because of such a job, even your heart is becoming impoverished. I don't think my heart is impoverished, though. Sensing my current situation, Emily continued with an even sharper tone. Poor people should just wear work clothes to parties. Don't bother with a suit. Just come in your construction outfit. What an attitude. What have I done to deserve this? Being looked down upon just for being a construction worker, and even my company's uniform, which I wear proudly, is ridiculed. To me, my work clothes are like a uniform with a number on the back. Forget it. I shouldn't have even bothered talking to you. Emily had become an even more disappointing person than when we broke up in college. I was hoping she'd become a more mature woman, but this was just too disappointing, almost to the point of tears. Emily, do you even know what Brandon is doing now? Unable to ignore her comments, David suddenly interjected. David, you don't have to say anything. No, I have to say this as a friend. What, David? You're defending this poor guy. You have the nerve to call him poor. Sure, his clothes might be a bit outdated, but listen, Emily. Brandon has been thinking about turning his father's business around, revamping internal operations, starting with their own website and social media to let people know about their specialty. He's also earned multiple tough qualifications and is now even consulting for other construction companies. He's highly sought after in the industry. Really? Is that true? Emily's eyes widened in surprise. When I first joined Thompson Construction, we specialized in bridges and river management, but now we've expanded our scope to include railways, ports, and roads as well. I acquired all the qualifications I could in civil engineering. In the bridges I aim to build connected people in various ways, even leading to consultancy work. That's what my past 6 years have been about. The comment about my clothes being uncool was a bit harsh, though. I manage a hotel, just overseeing the staff on site. I can't work with outsiders or build bridges of trust with them. In these times, that's no easy feat. Emily, can you do that? Me? You couldn't, right? Brandon supported me as vice captain in the basketball team, always striving for a better team. You, as our team assistant, should understand. Emily nodded in acknowledgement. Now, Brandon is playing the role of vice captain for his dad. The more mundane the job, the harder it is. David, Emily seemed regretful for belittling others. David's words, referencing our basketball team days, were convincing for Emily, who had witnessed it all. Brandon, I'm sorry. I didn't know anything, Emily said through tears. It's okay if you've realized that now. How could I say such harsh things about being plain and poor? Let's leave it at that. I need to go thank the teachers who helped us. David quickly left the scene. It's tough being an organizer, keeping an eye on everything and maintaining the atmosphere. That's something I couldn't do. Emily and I stepped outside the venue to talk. There was an open, airy terrace outside. Quiet and just right for our conversation. We sat down at the terrace. You broke up with me in our junior year of college because you hated me, right? I was preoccupied with helping out with the family business then. I became a nuisance when I started voicing my opinions on that. You should have just told me. I didn't want to seem pathetic. Really, you're so modest. After our breakup, I focused solely on my work as a construction worker, eventually expanding into various infrastructure projects and consultancy. Ending our relationship during college might have been the right timing, in a way. I was pretending, just to you. Pretending, to me. I was thinking about the future after graduation, whether we'd have a stable life, whether the job had prospects. I was judging people solely by their status. In the end, I hurt you. It's in the past. If you've realized something, even a little, that's good enough. I'm sorry for being pretentious back then and just now. We're both clumsy, I guess. Emily broke down in tears again. I'd never seen her cry like this before. Remember when I asked you out, Emily? Huh? I mustered the courage because you were kind and thoughtful. I still believe you are at heart. There's no need to pretend or be haughty. Just be yourself. Okay, thank you. My plainness is just me being true to myself, I guess. Emily, with reddened eyes, smiled, and we returned to the venue together. The reunion was lively with performances by alumni. Thanks to David's thoughtful organization, it ended on an emotional high, the 3 hours flying by. I managed to catch up with old classmates and basketball team friends, sharing stories from our past. It was a fulfilling day. I'm truly grateful to David for all his efforts in making this day, this moment, possible. As I was leaving, Emily asked me, Brandon, are you still the same height as in high school? I've shrunk a bit, down to about 5'11". I've gained some weight too. I need to go on diet. I see. Got it. Take care. See you around. Thank you for today. I couldn't come up with anything clever to say, but I did my best to express my feelings to Emily. As a CEO's daughter, she'll surely find a good husband and live happily. Our time together in high school and college is now a pleasant memory. Reunions are strange. Meeting alumni provides a lot of inspiration. Observing others helps me understand what I lack, filtering these insights from my own perspective. It makes me realize there are new worlds to discover, fueling my ambition to strive harder. Now, I must continue to work hard in my job. As a construction worker, there's much to do. I need to keep building various kinds of bridges that connect people. 3 weeks after the reunion, on a rare day off at home, my mother told me a package had arrived. A package. I wonder who it's from. The sender is Emily. The package was a gift from Emily. It was wrapped in a large box. Ah, Emily. How nostalgic, my mother commented. I had introduced her to my parents a few times, but now she was just someone from my past. Even though we had broken up, my mother seemed oddly happy. I took the package to my room and carefully opened it. Inside was a full suit set with a dress shirt. A 3-button, single-breasted suit in gray. It looked sharp. So, Emily was asking about my height for this. There was a handwritten letter inside. To Brandon, thank you for kindly scolding me the other day. This suit is tailor-made by our company's designer, perfect for business, parties, weddings. Wear it and look sharp whenever you need to. Ha, she's still looking after me. I had said I'd be more conscious about my attire, but I never actually went out to buy a suit. I could almost see Emily shaking her head at my lack of fashion sense. The letter continued. P.S. Is it possible to repair a broken bridge? A broken bridge? Was she referring to my role in connecting people? Repairing broken bridges is my specialty. I immediately called Emily's number. 2 years later, with David's help as the hotel manager, we found ourselves back at the same venue. We're turning 30. I need to find someone special too, said David. You've always been popular, David. You'll be fine. Never thought I'd be outdone by the plain Brandon. Sorry for being plain. The venue that hosted our reunion now became the setting for our wedding reception. It was a new beginning for Emily and me. The Emily I knew now was the same pure and kind-hearted girl I fell in love with back in high school when I first asked her out. As I took over as the new CEO of Thompson Construction from my father, assuming the role of captain, Emily became my vice captain and assistant, supporting me in every way.